Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Canada's Movie and TV Hosers. I'm your host, Gregory Barra, and with me is my lovely wife, Christine.
Hi.
It's been a little bit since we had another episode, because we did 3 last weekend. But we posted those out of the theater reactions.
Yes.
Just the past couple of days there, so if you're interested on our channel, the link will be in the description below. We were out to see 2 movies. Not going to give it. Well, I'll tell them now. We were out to see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish on Wednesday, and we also saw The Whale last night on Thursday with Brendan Fraser. So we're going to talk about both of those later on in spoiler-free terms here. So let's start off. We just watched a new trailer.
Yes, we did.
For that 90s show coming to Netflix. What did you think of it?
Totally not interested in
No?
the show.
You're not the first person I've heard that from.
I don't like that kind of humor. It just looks really boring. It's that kind of really kind of stupid American humor that I don't appreciate.
Okay.
Personally. Similar to that Blockbuster show, so I didn't like that show either.
Apparently not a lot of people like that show, because that was one of the few people who liked it that watched it, so.
I'll call it smart-ass comedy.
Okay. Sure.
I don't like it.
Maybe it is. I'd say this new trailer got me a little bit more excited for it. I'm not dying to see this. It's coming out in January on Netflix. We saw more guest stars there, so we're getting the original cast back together. They're all making cameos. Didn't see Danny Masterson, though. They ain't bringing him back.
Well, he might be in jail by now.
Yeah, I think something like that I heard last thing was happening, but they're bringing back Topher Grace as Eric Foreman. They got Laura Pepperon there as Donna.
Wilbur Walmerider.
Yeah, I can never remember the name.
Yeah.
Okay, Chez.
Yeah.
See, no, that's not his name.
Yes, it is. I see him every week on NCIS. You don't watch NCIS.
No, I don't watch NCIS. We're also getting Ashton Kutcher as, what's the idiot's name?
I don't know. I never really watched the show, but it's
Kelso,
a lot of people are coming back.
Kelso and Mila Kunis as Jackie.
Kinda,
you know, they're married in real life.
Still, I don't know.
No,
I don't know. It's not my thing. It's just not my thing at all. It's not my generation. It's not my kind of show. I just
something I grew up watching, so I probably have a lot of nostalgia for this.
Yeah.
So I recognize a lot of the jokes that they're doing. They're doing new spins on old jokes with different characters and trying for different funny circumstances.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything in that trailer is built on nostalgia.
Seems
See, if you did, even the first teaser where they showed Kurtwood Smith and Deborah Jo Rump as Kitty and Red Foreman, if you didn't like that show or you never watched it, why would you care about these characters?
Well, it's nothing wrong with the actors or anything, but I just don't care for that kind of humor. I don't find it very funny. And I really don't like laugh tracks either. They really bother me.
Yeah, they can. But I remember we were watching that Ashton Kutcher show on Netflix, The Ranch, and it had a laugh track. I found it weird.
That was a lot better show.
But this show the 70s show back in the 90s, did have a laugh track. And I seem to be okay with that.
I just not into that kind of humor. I don't find it very funny. The Ranch I liked a lot better. It had a story to it and more drama.
So you're not looking forward to that 90s show. Are you going to watch it at all? Are you going to check it out, or are you just not going to bother?
I'm not going to bother with that.
Okay.
I have a long list of things I haven't been able to watch.
I'm going to check it out because this looks good to me, and it was around the time that I was watching a lot of TV. So I watched that 70s show growing up, and I watched the whole series a few years back on Netflix, which I enjoyed most of it. It's a fun experience. Anyway, let us know what you guys think. Are you excited for that 90s show? Are you going to check it out on Netflix or not? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, moving on, we're going to try doing some topics. So this week's topic is we're doing our top 5 and most anticipated 2023 movies.
Okay.
So we don't know that much about what's coming out except for like the big blockbuster tentpole movies. So we're just picking 5 and then ordering them.
It's hard.
Do you want to start with yours or should I start with mine?
Well, I got mine.
Okay, so you said you had I got top 5. You said you did top 4. So start at the bottom and work your way up to 1. What's at the bottom of your list?
They're all tied because I haven't seen them.
Okay.
I'm going to say they're all tied. Dune Part 2 because we were on
Dune Part 2 is at the bottom.
So we need to see. Well, it's not at the bottom of my list. These are all the same to me. Dune Part 2. I want to see what's next in the movie.
When they walk over to the other part of the scene?
Over to the other rock. Well, basically, we need the conclusion to that movie. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 3,
Volume 3?
Yeah. I want to see that because I've enjoyed those previous movies and their involvement in some other movies.
And the specials and that?
Yeah. Shazam 2, I guess that's what it's called.
Yeah, Fury of the Gods.
I really enjoyed the first Shazam. And, of course, Indiana Jones, because who doesn't want to see Indiana Jones? And hopefully it's going to be good.
That's your most anticipated, is Indy 5?
I said there's no ranking.
Okay.
We
We got 4
tied.
random ones that Christine is looking forward to.
The other one's
Indiana
not
Jones 5, Shazam 2,
Yeah.
Guardians 3,
Yeah. Dune Part 2.
and Dune Part 2. Yeah, you would say Dune. You
These
really
are-
enjoyed that.
These are all like sequels basically to her previous movies.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
all
think
existing
that's
IP.
the problem. A lot of the movies are just like that these days.
Well, we
don't
get a lot of
original stuff.
That's not true. There's more original content being made now.
Right.
But at this time, we won't know about. We'll know about what original stuff is coming out in January.
Yes.
And there is a bunch of stuff. I mean, we're getting Megan from Blumhouse.
Yeah.
That's coming out beginning of January. And people are saying it's really good. Okay, so thank you for your list of 4 random, but in no particular order.
Yeah.
Okay, I put together a top 5, so for next year, this was hard because there was some I want to have more, but for top 5, I put number 5, I put Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. First Aquaman, a lot of people saw it, made over $1 billion. The only DC movie to make $1 billion.
I didn't like that.
It was a lot of movie, let's say. They put so much into it, and it was so fun and comic book wacky. I loved it. That doesn't come out till next December, unfortunately.
Oh, almost. It might
So
not even come out.
we're waiting a
after.
year. We're waiting a year to get that.
Right.
No, it's coming out.
Well,
The release date is currently set for December of
Okay.
2023.
We'll see.
So unless they end up pushing it way back again because of problems
All
with
they need is
visual
a couple of
effects or
weeks.
strikes or whatever,
Could be in 2024.
a movie like that goes through 2 years of post-production.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Okay.
Whereas a movie such as, I don't know, The Whale has very little post-production. You edit it down, you don't have to do a bunch of visual effects, and then you're good to go. You put in the credits, boom, done.
They did lift a 500-pound man.
Well, he's wearing a fat suit. It's not actually that big. Okay, so number 5, Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. Number 4, I put Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I would have put it higher on my list, but that last one wasn't good. I'm looking forward to this one because it's James Mangold directing it, and he knows how to make good movies. He also knows how to make some boring movies, too, because I didn't enjoy his Ford v Ferrari, but I'm not a Cars guy.
Yeah.
So, and also Harrison Ford is 80, so...
Hey, don't knock Harrison Ford. He can pull it together.
Isn't it a bit too old for an Indiana Jones adventure?
Younger, well, they de-aged him in half the movie, according to the trailer we saw.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. It's just fun to see what's going to happen. I mean, you can't.
I'm looking forward to that. At number 3, I put Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
Yeah.
The first one was super fun and really funny.
2 we have in common
Okay,
there.
Zachary Levi is great as
Yeah.
Shazam. All the kids
They're great.
are
It's
great,
fun.
especially that kid who plays Billy Batson. I can't remember his name. I have to
They're
look
all
it up.
Fun. It's really fun.
But they're really good. And it's got Helen Mirren in it and Lucy Liu as
Why
the
not?
villain. So, yeah,
Why
I want to
not?
see this. That's number 3.
Yeah.
Number 2, and this is so high because this is the next one we're getting.
Uh-huh.
Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania. I'm not a huge lover of the Ant-Man films. The second
Yeah.
one was really subpar for me. The first one was surprisingly fun. I thought I was going to be bored, and it was fun. But this one is looking to be bonkers. It's looking to be a big, gigantic event. So and it's coming in February. We are less than 2 months away from Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania, so I'm really looking forward to that.
That was
and
my number 5, but I didn't want to say it because I was disappointed by the previous.
Number 1, my most anticipated movie for next year is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And we're not sure if it's called Part 1 or not yet. They keep changing the release title. So the first one was so good, and I was one of the few people to see Into the Spider-Verse in theaters. Saw it 3 times. It was awesome. And only one because they re-released it later for the Oscars. So this, not only was that movie amazing, but this one looks really good. They got some great voice talent on it, and they did such a stellar job. I'm really looking forward to this. It's probably a front runner already for Best Animated Film for next year.
Okay.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So those are our top picks for next year, for 2023 so far. That's definitely going to change what we're anticipating based on when we find out what, like, more independent and
we have to
original stuff, because we don't get trailers so far out.
The problem is with these big movies like Ant-Man and that, we're going to see all the trailers, we're going to know all about it.
Yeah, because they have the marketing budget.
Exactly. So,
whereas a movie that's coming out in March, but is a small independent movie and has no money for marketing, we're probably not going to see a trailer until a month before it comes out, and then we're going to go see it. Well, I'll go see it if it looks good. If it looks like garbage, I ain't wasting my money. So those are our top picks for next year. Right now, let us know what you guys are looking forward to next year down in the comments below. So let's jump into some reviews. What do you want to review first?
Okay.
Want to review a movie? Want to review what we watched today?
What we watched today?
Yeah, Willow, episode 5 of 6. Only one episode to go.
Now, the thing we've been watching...
Did you enjoy this episode?
We've been watching a lot of these 6-episode things or whatever, and usually this episode is really getting you ready for the big ending, right?
Okay.
No. This one was just a lot of talking.
Yeah, it was a lot
and
of
a bit of
dialogue.
Drug taking. And feasting.
And drinking.
And that's what I mean. Yeah, it was...
Apparently they were drinking truth beer or something.
Not the big getting prepared for the giant ending. And they're not close to the city that they have to get to for the next episode.
And it's all going to wrap up next episode.
Maybe they're never going to get there. Maybe that's for season 2. I don't know, but...
You know what? I'll do some speculation first, but let's see. What happened in this episode?
Nothing
much.
They
started with a battle, although the previous episode didn't end on a battle.
Not much of a battle. No, you didn't remember. They were hiding.
In the previous episode, they were hiding and they were running away, but they were being pursued. So this episode just jumps ahead to be like, not only were they pursued, but... They got caught, and now they're in a battle with these monsters.
They didn't do much fighting, and I don't know if you realized, but they weren't running that fast to the woods, and the guy that was chasing them was running pretty damn fast.
I'm just trying to give a quick synopsis
they
here,
were
okay?
Running very fast.
So they're in a battle, and then Willow pulls out a flamethrower, and flamethrowers one guy, and...
Where was that all this time?
Mad Mardigan impersonator there is like, what was that? Will's like, hey, don't worry about it, man. Hey, let's go over there. And then they don't mention it again.
Not very fast.
Then they're still being pursued, so they're like, okay, instead of busting out the flamethrower again, we're going into Fanghorn Forest over there, because it's cursed.
It's supposed to be a cursed
and there's
forest.
Something in the water, now, just like Fanghorn Forest.
They just left the cursed
However, there's no giant, slow-walking, slow-talking trees in there. Instead, they run into the Skull People tribe.
But they already had run into.
And they all get locked up. Maybe one of the ghosts in Bavmorda's castle last episode?
No,
I don't know.
The castle was cursed. The forest doesn't appear to be cursed at this point. It seems to be a good time.
So, no, they get locked up at first, so these Skull People in the forest capture them.
Yeah.
And I missed most of the dialogue during this scene because I immediately noticed that this is filmed on the volume and that this is all a set and it looks so perfect, and I'm just completely taken out of it that I missed all the dialogue as they were talking. So they all get locked up separately, and
they've already run into these people previously
there's
in the movie.
Some really bad dialogue. So Kit and Alora are locked up in pairs in a dungeon together. And Alora says she's going to save them all and complete the quest with love. So then she uses her love magic with the wand that she stole from Willow from the first movie and uses her love magic to blow up the door. And then they get out. And then they're taken over to Jade, who's tied up like she's going to be burned like a witch or something at the stake there.
Their jails aren't very good.
And meanwhile, Willow and Graydon are locked up together, and Graydon just wants to talk about if he thinks Alora likes him or not.
But they never mention the fact that she's on this quest because she needs to rescue the man she loves. They never bring that
No,
up
they're on
again.
another side quest. They were doing that, but then they went into
But
Fangorn
they
Forest.
even forgot to tell him, she's on this quest to find her love.
You do know what Fangorn Forest is from?
Is it from the Lord of the Rings?
Yes, you are.
Yes,
you are right. That's
but what I'm
the
saying
aunts,
is that
the talking trees.
the castle was cursed. The forest doesn't appear to be cursed. The people that they
No, it was just stories.
They run into these people already. I don't know if you remember, but they already ran into these people.
Yes, they ran into the
And
buddy's
they're on
ghost
a-
there in Bavmorda's castle.
No.
Yes.
They've
Yes,
already
they did.
met
That was
these
the last
people
episode.
when they were running from when they got into the other
Yes,
side
we
of the
already
land.
went
No,
through
you're
this.
not even. You
So-
don't even remember them.
Suddenly, so they're all prisoners,
Remember them.
and also Willow and Graydon meet those mini people from the first Willow, except they're older now, and he's got a
brownies.
lazy kid, and they give him a map on a leaf that they can't read, which makes no sense. And then suddenly they're all let out. They're no longer prisoners with the Skull People. Now they're having a giant party, and suddenly Korsman is retelling this story, and it turns into this sexy shampoo commercial where he's getting a shower under a waterfall.
Foreman.
Sure.
You don't
Okay.
even know what the people are called. You don't know what's going on in this episode.
I just call him the
man.
Mad Mardigan impersonator because these characters are pretty one-dimensional, so I don't bother to learn any of their names. I know Willow's name, and I know the Muffin Lady's name, Alora,
You don't.
because he kept saying it so much in the first movie. I remember that. The other characters I can only remember Jade and Kit. Yeah, because they're
and
short.
Graydon.
But these people are so
And
one-dimensional,
Gorman.
you don't care what their names are.
I don't think you're.
So
you're
suddenly
paying
they're having
attention.
this giant party, and
Because
then they get attacked.
you know why they're having the party? You're not paying attention.
Yeah, because Jade is apparently the sister of this Woodsman Skull Clan, because they
She's
both have a
the
neck
leader's-
tattoo.
She's the leader's sister. Well,
Yeah, that's what I just
they
said.
do look alike, and they find out that she's her long-lost sister. So now they're welcome. They welcome her, but she has a problem now
Yeah,
because
it's like, sorry about locking you guys up, but we're cool, right?
because she's found out that the people that raised her and taught her how to fight and do all these things were actually her enemy, and she was kidnapped by them
Mm-hmm.
and taken from her people. So that means Kit's parents are like Kit's father killed Jade's father. So that can cause some animosity there. A little bit of Romeo
Yeah,
and
they
Juliet
did this
there.
whole history, and I wasn't paying attention at all. I'm like, what? They did this dialogue,
It's a lot of talking.
which just went on for like five minutes or so, just explaining this history. And I'm like, what? They're making the worst mistake in storytelling. Show, don't tell. If you just stand there telling us, I'm just going to tune out.
But for
It was so
The
boring.
first 3 episodes, they didn't tell us anything, and we were really confused and trying to guess about what everything was happening. This episode, it was all explained out. Finally,
Too much.
number 5, a lot of talking and partying.
And then suddenly
And-
Troll Tarzan busts in
I
on
didn't
them
even hardly see him.
and kidnaps one of them, and then suddenly there's trolls everywhere.
Because Disney didn't want to have 2 girls kissing on screen.
I guess.
That's what
Who
I
did the
thought.
troll kidnap again?
Kit. Well, he didn't. I don't know if he kidnapped her. He grabbed
her,
from the sky.
But Jade went and
and
got
that was
her.
a troll. He's awful tiny for a troll. Is that?
Well, they're all like these mini. I don't know if they're actually called
They
trolls,
call
but
them
they
trolls,
look
but
like
they
these
didn't
mini
look like
mini little trolls.
Trolls to me. I couldn't even tell what they
Well,
were.
Tolkien trolls are bigger, I guess, than Willow
are normally-
universe trolls.
Anyway, I don't know. It was a lot of explaining, finally, but we've been like, this is like 5 out of 6 episodes. They're finally trying to explain something. It
So-
was just a lot.
And then at the end, Kit and Jade are talking to each other. Once again, a lot more talking. And Kit gives this terrible soliloquy
kinda lame.
about truth to pair, I guess, Alora's speech about love. Meanwhile, we still had that boring history in the middle. And then suddenly they're kissing.
No, they didn't kiss. Because the troll came and grabbed her. They did not kiss. Because I was like, Disney's going to have 2 young girls kissing on screen
And it
for
was,
the first time, and then the
it
troll
was
took her.
just so boring.
Anyway, that would have been the exciting thing, but it didn't happen. I don't know. It's a lot. And their prisons that they were in were not very sturdy prisons. You could just climb out of them.
And we haven't seen the brother again who we saw last episode.
And they completely forgot about him.
So, they're off on another side quest.
But the thing is,
this guy could have been dead by now.
Raiden falling in love with Alora, and Alora is the one that's going after her love, and no one even mentions that to him. She kind of has a boyfriend. No one says to him, she has a boyfriend.
Does she remember why she's on this quest? I don't think she does.
Oh yeah, and I love how her hair is turning red at the bottom, not at the top.
One section of her hair is turned red.
When your hair goes up, by the way, it's dark at the top, and then...
But no, it's one whole section, the rest is blonde.
Hers just, it makes it
just slowly changes
nicer,
color.
as I know about your hair growing out. Anyway... They
didn't explain that at all.
It's almost like different people did the first 3 episodes, another person did the 4th episode, now someone else did the 5th episode, and they just told them go with it.
It just goes back to the fact that they're chopping out stuff. They chopped it down to 6 episodes.
Anything out of this one except for the kids.
No, they did. There's explanation that they didn't chop
out.
So
much explanation in this one. I don't know. It's all over the place. I feel bad.
Does it make you excited to watch the next episode?
Well, now I'm more curious. Not excited.
Okay, do you have predictions for next episode?
How are they going to cross all the strait, again, with no horses, to get to this place at the end of their Earth? Mm-hmm. And how are they going to get there? Or are they not even going to try?
Well, they're supposed to be crossing the sea.
Or maybe he'll just...
So I'm guessing we might start off the next episode on a boat.
Well...
To show oh man, those last 3 months at sea were terrible. Good thing we didn't...
out a piece.
Good thing we didn't see it.
I don't know. Maybe that guy will just find a eagle flying by and fly home, and I'll be lost at sea. Maybe.
So you're excited for next episode?
I don't say excited. I'm interested to see what kind of...
I really don't
how
care.
they're going from
so
here
dumb.
to there. It's just too bad.
I predict...
Really didn't
you know what will happen? Is they'll go through another one of their side quests, and then suddenly they'll show up at this deserted place where he was just left.
I bet you he's gone.
They'll be like, hey, want to come back home? Okay. And then they're back at home, and it's like, oh, aren't we all happy? And you're like, wait a minute. What happened there? Who left them there? And why did they leave them there? And are they coming back? This makes no sense.
It's a lot they got to pack into one episode. It seemed that they all just got desecrated by trolls, and Jade wants to stay in the forest, and they forgot that the guy they're rescuing even exists.
Are you going to watch the last episode of Willow next week?
Oh, no, I have to wait till I come back home.
But you are going to watch it.
I will watch it when I come back from
I'm going to watch it, but... Guys, why are we still watching this show? It's so dumb and so bad.
Because it could have been nice, and they wrecked it.
They definitely did. They didn't do anything very good with it.
No.
Oh well. What do you guys think of Willow? Are you still watching it? Should we look up what its current rating is? See if it went up or down? Let's see what's happening here.
We don't have any happy media.
What was it last week?
It was better last week compared to the first. The first 3 were really poor. The last I still say last week's episode was the best.
It went up to 85% critic rating and 31% audience score. But
I don't know.
Why are the critics liking it so much?
I don't know. I think that's a bit flawed. I bet you that's maybe 10 people on there.
I admit this show is for kids, but it's not very good. Maybe they're just liking it because of nostalgia.
And drinking and stuff for kids.
Yeah, but their beer is...
It got a little bit
Their beer makes them tell the truth. So they drink beer to get drunk, but it makes them tell the truth the more they drink.
Sort of trying to be Pirates of the Caribbean a bit.
Maybe they're trying to dissuade kids from drinking. Because it means you're going to tell the truth, and then all your secrets are going to come out.
Parents would want them to drink. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense. I don't know what
propaganda.
The audience... It's just mistakes have been made.
Oh, definitely.
That way.
Oh, well, let us know what you guys think of Willow down in the comments below. Let's move on to a review. We got a bunch of things to review. What would you like to review first?
Well, we got the movie we watched last night.
You want to start with The Whale?
Yeah.
Okay, starring Brendan Fraser, directed by Darren Aronofsky, who I'm not a big fan of. Sadie Sink is in it, and... Hong Chow is the lady there. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right.
Well, I'm still depressed, put it that way.
So you found it very depressing.
So depressing. Oh my god.
You weren't emotional at the theater. You
I
looked
don't
as if
cry
you
in
were
the
nodding
theater.
off.
If I would have started, I would have just been like crying and bawling, and it was so damn sad. It was so damn depressing. It's 2 hours of watching a guy slowly, painfully
no
die.
spoilers.
It's just, oh my god. If you're in the best mood, don't go to see it. If you're in a bad mood, definitely don't go to see it. Okay. If someone was to give you a topic, and this was the topic, and you made a movie, I guess he made a good movie about that topic. However...
About obesity?
No, it wasn't about that. It was about suicide. It was just so damn depressing.
Okay, so you don't recommend it?
No, I don't recommend it.
Oh.
Maybe it's a nicely made film, but I don't recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend it either.
Really a downer.
As I said, I'm not an Aronofsky fan. I think he has one thing that I really like, and the rest I can't stand it. Some are really bad, like Mother. Ugh, don't get me started on that.
That one.
But this new movie, The Whale with Brendan Fraser, I'm trying to say something positive. It's great performances all around.
Yeah, great performances.
Okay, everyone does an amazing job in it. It's a one location story. Everything happens in this one apartment. Okay?
Yeah.
That's a minor spoiler. Okay? It all happens there, and it's all about these characters, and Brendan Fraser is an obese man. You get that from the trailer. It tries to be very emotional. Okay? It tries to make Christine depressed, and it tries to make you cry.
Succeeded.
However, to me, this didn't work on me, not because I don't have sympathy or anything like that. Of course I have sympathy for people like that, but I just found this boring. The storytelling was not very good. I was nodding off. And in my Twitter review, I said, this is a snooze fest.
I did not find it that way at all.
2 hours, and I'm like constantly looking at my watch. I'm like, come on.
I didn't find it boring. I didn't find it like that. I just found it very depressing.
Okay. What kind of rating would you get this? I give it worst movie ever.
Trying to depress you, it gets a 10 out of 10 for that.
Okay.
10 out of 10 for depressing Christine.
Christine likes...
That way.
Well, it worked on Christine.
Yeah.
I just want to add to this that this movie, The Whale, we also got The Fabelmans recently, and before that, Banshees of Inisherin. These are all awards movies. Okay, yeah, so we'll talk about on the next episode your reaction, see if yours is anything similar to mine, or if yours is completely different. I want to hear it.
It isn't Waking Dead Divine, we'll put it that way.
Okay. My point is, all three of these movies have been awards movies that are coming out and got a lot of Oscar buzz, and they are not working for me. This just really shows the disconnect between critics and general audiences, because I'm like, yeah, good performance by Brendan Fraser, but this movie's garbage. Okay, well, at least yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I'm bored out of my mind.
Fantastic in it, however, it's just so damn depressing.
Yeah.
And it's.
I'm gonna look up what it says on.
It's all about suicide. That's what I'm going to call it.
Let's see what we got here. The Whale with Brendan Fraser has 64% critic score, 92% audience score. I'm in the 8%.
I don't know. For me, I will not watch it again. It was upsetting. It was super upsetting.
64, I can see that, because even if people didn't like it, like yourself, because you didn't want to be that emotional, but if you say the performances are really good, and if overall you say it's a good movie, even if you didn't like the story, Rotten Tomatoes will put that as positive.
Oh, it's a good made movie. It's just, it's not the kind. It's to me.
It's not your kind of movie.
No, it's definitely not my kind of movie.
It's not really my kind of movie either. However, apparently a lot of audiences are loving it now. It just went into wider release this Wednesday.
Here's some depression for Christmas, everyone.
Yeah.
Jeez,
That is true. If you want to be depressed this holiday season, go see Brendan Fraser in The Whale.
Jeez.
It's 2 hours long, and you will feel every minute of it. That's our opinion. 1st. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. I'm surprised you brought that one up first. I guess you just wanted to get it out of the way.
Yeah, it's been still weighing on my brain.
Okay, let's talk about the other movie we saw this week.
We see another movie? What other movie?
Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
Yay.
We saw that on Wednesday.
Completely opposite. It's also about death, but in a much better way.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's got a lot of death in it, actually.
Yeah. So, try and be spoiler-free on this.
Sweet.
This was a incredibly fun movie.
Very fun.
It's very funny as well. Lots of good jokes.
And it's beautiful.
The animation is amazing. It's different than the previous Pixar animation. Apparently, it's cheaper.
Oh, I really love the action
really good.
scenes. It changes the form of animation when it gets into action, and it's really cool.
The cinematography in it, what kind of shots they use, especially because it's animation, they could like follow him as he's flying through the air and doing acrobatics. You're like right behind him, third person view.
Yeah.
It's amazing cinematography in it.
The music was great. It was
the
just
voice
a
acting
really
by
great
Antonio
film.
Banderas and Selma Hayek. I mean, they're both great in it.
Yeah,
but
their little kitty eyes.
Yeah, and the paws.
The doggy.
Soft paws, remember?
Oh, I know. They're so cute. It was just a really great film. Great for family to go and see.
That was probably one of the best parts. It was in the trailer when they have a queued off.
Oh,
the
yeah. They're really cute.
Watch that trailer, and it's even better in the movie. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah. I thought it was really great, and it definitely leads. We could have more of these type films. Well, in the end, it could lead to another film now.
Oh yeah,
as well.
There's been a lot of speculation that there could be another Shrek movie, or maybe this is a precursor. Maybe there'll be another Puss in Boots movie. We don't know. Sorry, what do you want to say on this movie?
Do not sit at the end for 15 minutes, like Gregory made us do. When I really had to go to the bathroom, our daughter was starving. Mm-hmm. And he made us wait for the end credit scene. Well, there isn't a scene.
No, there's an end credit.
Wait till you can watch it at home and then fast forward till you hear the last minute of the movie.
There's something at the end of the credits.
Don't sit there.
There's stuff during the credits too.
There's stuff during the credits, but it ends relatively early. But
just to clear the record, I didn't tell them to stay. I said there's something at the end. I'm gonna stay, and they just didn't leave. I kept telling them to go to the washroom.
You're all in one car.
I'm not going to the washroom with the two of you.
Oh my! Anyway.
So there is something at the end of the credits. So stick around for it. It's hilarious.
Don't stick around for it.
It's
Wait till
funny.
You can watch that part at home and then fast forward it.
You wait for it.
Anyway,
it's worth it.
It was No, it's not.
Movie was great.
It was a sweet movie, a great movie. It's in my top 10. I'm trying to make my list.
It's in my top 10 for the year as well.
Yeah, it's in the top 10.
We just saw it 2 days ago.
Sure, yeah.
It's not because it's new. This is probably the best movie, best animated movie of this year.
Well, I haven't seen Avatar. I don't think we call that animated. I don't know what we call that. But this is
I guess
the
we
best.
could call that a cartoon
sort of
movie.
Animated as well, but I haven't seen that yet.
I don't think it meets the definition, unfortunately. No, it has a live action. It has live action humans in it.
People in it, yeah. So this is definitely the best animated
it's
film
live
of the year.
action with animation.
Right.
So it's just like, Avatar is just like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's the same concept, right?
It sort of is in a way.
Just
Anyway,
much more advanced technology.
This is the best. Yeah, for sure. I didn't see Seeing Red, though, I must say that.
Turning Red.
I haven't seen that one.
Turning Red was pretty funny.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen Strange World. I might watch that tonight because we got it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I have to watch the
still playing in the theater, but I don't have to watch that. What other good animated movies have we had this year? The Bad Guys turned out to be not very good.
I made a list.
DC League of Super Pets was really good.
Yeah, Super Pets was really good. I like that.
Puss in Boots beats DC League of Super Pets, definitely. Would you agree?
What beats Super Pets?
Puss in Boots.
Oh, yes.
For best animated film this year.
Yeah, I was looking at all the ones that I wrote down.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest year for animation. It beats Lightyear. That one wasn't that great.
It was nice, but it was kind of boring. And also the Bad Guys, I didn't care
mention
that much.
And I didn't see it because I didn't hear good things about it.
Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog was cute.
Oh, Sonic was good, but that's live action as well. Same thing as Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, I guess.
Roger Rabbit.
I put it in that kids movie kind of area. But I was just making lists. I'm trying to remember all the films that I saw this year.
Yeah, we'll do top 10. Probably on our Sunday episode.
Right. It's hard for me.
You can hold off on yours because you haven't seen Avatar yet. We'll probably hold off on yours till next year.
Yeah.
I'll do mine probably on Sunday show.
Okay.
And because I got mine pretty much ready to go. And unless I'm going to see something Saturday or Sunday that's going to blow me away, and I got to change my list, which the movies that are out right now here. Babylon, Empire of Light, Whitney Houston. Oh. I don't think any of those are going to blow me away, but hell, I didn't think Elvis was going to be amazing, and it's, spoiler alert, Elvis is in my top 10.
It's in my top 3.
Oh, wow, you liked it that much.
So,
it is great.
So far, my top 3.
No. Don't spoil it.
Oh, okay.
Don't spoil it yet.
It's in my top 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what were we talking about? You sidetracked me again.
About
Puss in Boots.
animated movies. I was trying to remember all the ones that we saw this year.
We were talking about Puss in Boots. What rating would you give Puss in Boots?
Oh. 9.8.
Would you recommend 9.8? Wow, it's doing really good on Rotten Tomatoes.
10. That's a really good hefty 9.8.
Puss in Boots 95%.
Really fun movie.
And audience score of 93%. It was 96, but since it's come out largely, so I guess some people didn't like it.
Well, if you're not into cartoon animals, I guess you're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
But if you like
it's still really fun.
If you're not a cat person, you might not like it. But there is a dog in it.
If you're an angsty person, you probably wouldn't like this. Be like, animation.
If you're like a goth,
I don't like that.
Angry person.
I like skulls. I like being in the dark all the time. I've got to wear black.
Yeah, the cat.
See my black mascara.
He doesn't have any tattoos. I'm sorry. Or piercings that we know of.
I definitely give this a best movie ever. And spoiler alert, it's in my top 10 now. Yeah. So, yeah, let us know what you guys think. If you got family visiting and you're looking for something to do over the holidays, go see Puss in Boots. Also, we forgot to mention, it's short. None of those 3-hour BS long movies.
Especially because I have to go to the bathroom.
Avatar, 3 hour, 15 minutes. Come on, what is this, James Cameron?
Well,
I don't got all goddamn day.
We knew Avatar was going to be long. It's just going to be. But all the other films have been way too long when they shouldn't be.
Like
he has license to be long, but
no, I disagree.
His first one.
He could have cut a bunch out of this.
Anyway, the movies are too long. Puss in Boots was great, not too long.
It's short. It's only an hour and 40 minutes, so go take the kids and see it. You don't even have to take the kids. This movie is good for everyone. It's really funny. It's similar to the Lego movie in the sense that it's so much fun and there's a lot of good jokes in it. And most of them are visual gags, and I'm not going to tell them to you.
And the kids in the theater were giggling and laughing a lot.
Well, the adults were too.
Yeah, but it's cute to listen to them, and they thought certain things were really funny.
No, this is a movie that adults can go see on like a Friday or Saturday night and for a date night, and you'll have a good time.
I think the kids really like the little dog the most in the theater. They really like the new dog character.
People like dogs.
They were little kids. The little ones thought he was hilarious.
Yeah, he was a funny addition there.
Yeah, they
Did you know Selma Hayek was in the first one?
Yeah, I did know that.
I can't remember because I can't remember that movie.
I
might have to go watch it sometime.
I don't remember the movie much either, but I remember her character.
Who puts that out? Universal? Might have to see if it's available in streaming somewhere.
I like all those movies, though.
I'll have to check it out. Okay, so
Shrek and Donkey.
I give it a best movie ever. Let us know what you guys think of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, or if you're not going to go see it and why. Let us know down in the comments below. Did you have something you wanted to review? Something you watched as well?
What am I watching this week?
Did you want to review? Hold on, a book you mentioned a while ago. No, on Prime. The Peripheral, Season 1. Did you try to watch that show? Did you finish it?
Try to watch it. Try to watch the first episode.
Okay. The Peripheral, Season 1.
I couldn't get through it. It's about a video game again. And it's a bit in the future. And, of course, it's a girl that's capable of doing everything and winning everything. And she goes into video game.
Just like the last Starfighter?
I don't know. That's it. I'm not doing it anymore. It was just not for me.
Okay. Whoa.
No.
Bringing endorsement
I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. It's a video game world. It was sort of seemed like a bit of copy on The Matrix or something. I don't know. I just couldn't do it.
Okay.
No, it wasn't for me.
Guess it's not a good show.
I couldn't get through the first episode, so I'm not even going to tell. Some girl. I don't know. And she plays a guy, and I can't explain it anymore. Anyway, I didn't like it.
It looks like Natalie Portman.
No.
Oh, this has high ranking, 77% critic score and 87% audience score.
I don't like video games. I couldn't get through the first episode. If you can and you like it, if you like video games, go for it. But I just couldn't do it. a girl, she can do all this stuff. They're living in the trailer, but yet they have all this technology. No.
So it's more like Ready Player One?
I guess I
Didn't
don't
you
know.
like Ready Player One?
I did like it. I didn't like this. I
It's
couldn't
a great
get through
movie.
it.
Check out Ready Player
like
One.
Ready Player One.
Apparently, The Peripheral is not very good, but if
Not
you're
for
liking
me.
it, let us know, and let us know why you like it so much. Leave a comment down below.
I couldn't deal with it. I said, no, I'm not going to waste my time on this.
Okay, I finished watching Derry Girls Season 3.
Oh, yeah.
I had gotten mostly through the 3rd season, and there's only 3 seasons. Good thing I left it because the last episode is a long episode. Might be one of those double episodes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when TV stations would have an hour-long episode finale for a half-hour sitcom.
Yeah.
So it's that. Not a lot of jokes in it.
Oh.
They more went towards, they're going to appeal to emotions, but also, this show has done a great job about teaching Irish and North Irish history.
Do you think you know anything about it now?
Well, I know a little bit about what happened in the 90s there.
The Irish now,
So because they tie the
Irish.
events in the show to the events that happened in real life, because all this happened in the past, in the 90s.
Right.
So they don't really do it as much in the first season. There's a little bit. But in 2nd and 3rd seasons, they do a lot of it. Like they tie
heavy then.
in the 2nd season, yeah. So these comedy shows suddenly become drama shows, and so they went more with that for the finale.
I don't care for that as much. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend went that way too. It was really funny at first, and then the last couple of seasons, I didn't care for it that much. I still watched it. I still liked it, but it wasn't.
Overall, I definitely give this whole series a best series ever.
Yeah.
The first season is by far the best. I was laughing every episode. 2nd season had a couple episodes where I'm like, these jokes are just old and you're just reusing them.
Right.
And not in a funny way.
Aww.
And then they started reusing them in a funnier way, and it got good again, plus they started having some better ideas.
Okay.
So, season 2 would probably be the second best, and then the 3rd season for me was probably the weakest. However, don't take that as don't watch the 3rd season. All 3 seasons have good stuff in it.
Right.
And they have good funny episodes in them.
I'm looking forward to it.
If you enjoy these characters, you're going to want to see what happens to them in the end, right?
Okay. That's my plan. We're going to watch that over Christmas. Yeah.
So apparently, I think they finished that up recently. So they had to get those actresses back, like, after 3 years.
Am I not wrong that one of them is in her 30s at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently the show came out in 2018. That's first season. 2019 for the 2nd season.
And then COVID.
And then 2022 for the 3rd season. So, yeah, COVID.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, well, we're not shooting this because everything's locked down. So they shot it, you know,
the show does have a bunch of people in very small rooms in general.
I still think they did cast too old, but all those actresses are really funny as those teenagers. What would be good is if they could just keep the show going, just have them older, just have it jump ahead to like they could be in their late 20s.
Yeah.
Have them be as old as they are now.
Well, you never know.
Boom.
Listen, they might do a little movie or another.
Well, if it's popular on Netflix,
they might have a.
But I give this a best series ever.
One of them gets married or something.
I'm not spoiling this for you because I know you haven't finished watching it. Have you guys checked out Derry Girls? I've been recommending this to everyone. Everyone.
I think my parents have, but I'm confused about what they've watched.
Well, you're going to go visit them during the holidays. You'll sort them out and report back. Oh, well, another shout out to Bill and Nola there.
I think they started season 2 by mistake. But they were talking about a polar bear, and you don't remember there being a polar bear. So maybe they're watching a different show altogether, but they liked it.
Sure.
I'll sort it out when I get home,
Getting back to it, Derry Girls, overall seasons 1, 2, and 3, definitely check out all 3. Best series ever. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below.
Yeah.
Should we do another review? Yes, we'll do another one quickly.
Okay, I'm running out of time.
What else should I review? I'll review really quickly.
I've been decorating. I still have
Free Guy. I watched my new 4K copy of Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, that came out last year.
Yeah, that came out in 2021. One of the better movies of the pandemic.
It's a sweet movie.
It's super fun. It's quite hilarious. I wish there was more of the montage and stuff in it.
It's fun. I wouldn't call it hilarious.
It has some good cameos, and it has a lot of good jokes in it.
For me, it wasn't that funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still liked it, and I thought it was real positive and uplifting, and
Last
it was
we
fun.
heard about it, Disney wants to make this Free Guy world into a franchise.
Right.
They're going to create more of this. So, could get more. However, if you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. I gave it a best movie ever.
It's a sweet movie.
And I bought it, so I'll definitely enjoy watching it more times.
I've seen it twice already.
I think this might be like the 4th or 5th time I've seen it, but
you-
mostly
right.
at home.
Right. The premise is that I don't know if you play video games, there's always these like basic characters in the background when you're playing the game, and one of these basic
NPCs.
characters gets his own personality and starts to break free.
It's
of the game.
AI, so it's AI in a video game, and that's who Ryan Reynolds plays. You get that from the trailer?
He kind of breaks out.
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's got a lot of great cameos in it.
It's a good.
I don't need to spoil them, although some were in the trailer. Some are hard to find because they got masks on, but if you listen closely to their voice, you'll be like,
really?
oh, that's that
you've
guy.
watched it a lot of times now.
That's that guy. And there's his best friend Buddy is a great comedian. Can't remember
I like his best
name.
friend. I do remember that. Yeah, it's a good movie. And you have another movie there next to it. That's another fun movie too.
Okay.
You talk about that one?
So let us know what you think about Free Guy. Next one is Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's on my top 10.
It made your top 10. Excellent.
Made my top 10.
So I watched this recently because this is the last MCU film that's currently out on physical media, because physical media forever, because you have to. It's great.
So there's someone who got rid of most of his physical media.
I got rid of a bunch of DVDs.
Yeah, like
a lot of them were crap, but I kept most actually.
Oh.
Anyway, it's a regret of mine. I was persuaded into doing that. However, now I'm collecting physical media again, and physical media is amazing. It's way better than streaming.
He got a bigger cabinet now. That makes
we
a
watched Love and Thunder.
Yeah, it's fun.
Watched it with our daughter, and because she hadn't seen it, and now she's caught up to date, except for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which is still in theaters.
Right.
But I'll get a physical copy of that when it comes out.
For sure.
I don't think it's even ready for pre-order
it's
yet.
still in theaters.
So this one with Chris Hemsworth, of course, is back as Thor. We get to see the Guardians at the beginning of the trailer, because we know that they're in it from the trailer.
Yeah.
So they're all in it. And who else is in it?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman is in it as the Mighty Thor.
And I didn't mind her in this movie.
No, she's great in this movie as the Mighty Thor.
That's saying a lot, because I really don't care for her. So I did enjoy the movie.
I was thinking of Taika Waititi is back as Korg.
Oh, yes.
Who's hilarious. He's also the director on these movies.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's a funny guy, and he made just a silly comic book wacky movie.
Yeah.
And it's got Christian Bale in it as the villain. Unfortunately, it's another weak villain, and they didn't do much with it, and I don't like that, but oh well, we got Christian Bale in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Of course he wants to be in there. He knows where the money is. He's going to get residuals from this forever. Because they're going to be selling these 4K discs and Blu-ray discs forever to collectors. So they're going to get residuals off that forever.
The villain was interesting. He was a weird villain.
Gore the God Butcher. That was in the trailer.
It was a weird type of villain.
Yeah.
It's a strange type of villain.
It was a very watered-down villain from that in the comics. And
people
wanted to see more of a backstory of him. Also, him actually killing some gods, which they didn't really show us. When your name is Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be too bad. Anyway, I thought there was a lot of backstory to him, actually. I was surprised we got that much. Because a lot of these things, they don't do that, and I don't know who in the heck they're talking about.
This is a movie that general audiences really enjoy, but critics, as well as the hardcore fans of the Marvel movies, superhero movies, and comic book movies, those people don't like this movie as much, but general audiences are loving it because it's silly and wacky.
I like this
and it's a fun time.
A lot better than Doctor Strange.
You don't have to, as with most of these movies, you don't have to see anything beforehand. You don't have to see any of the previous Thor movies. You just jump right in and watch this. And if you enjoy yourself, you can always go back. but you don't need to see anything
No,
beforehand. There's
because
no
it's
homework.
well written.
It's just fun. Yeah, it is well written.
That's the difference.
Could have used some more jokes in it, though.
It had way more jokes than any other Marvel movie of this year.
Oh, yeah, for this year.
That's why I liked it, and much better than Doctor Strange.
I don't
or
think
the
it was
Batman movie.
Was it funnier than Ragnarok? Because Ragnarok was pretty funny.
I think I like
Which
this
is the
one.
previous
I
Thor
like the
movie.
story better to this one. It had a big time story on this one.
I really
liked
enjoyed seeing Natalie Portman as the Mighty Thor. Did you see those guns on her? She
Yeah,
bulked up.
She must
Natalie
have been.
Portman was walking around Hollywood. She
Look
was
at the protein powder
She
drinks.
was walking around Hollywood like that, going to the grocery store. No one would mess with
She
her.
didn't need to get a taxi to take her groceries home.
Jeez. Anyway, she really bulked up, and she looked the part. It was great.
She could have got kitty litter in one hand and detergent
And
in
she
the other.
was funny in this movie. Have you seen Natalie Portman be funny in anything else?
Because that's why I don't like her.
Why was she funny in this movie?
Yeah, I thought she was funny.
There's a running gag. I'm not going to spoil it, but the
don't care
running
for
gag
that.
is that, I mean, the movie came out in the summer, is that she keeps trying out new catchphrases, and they're not very good. So they're like, really? That's what you're going with? And they keep making fun of these catchphrases that she comes with, so she keeps trying different ones.
I think she's definitely a better actress now than she used to be. Like, she ruined that first Star Wars movie.
Okay, we're not talking about Star Wars. Stop bringing everything back
dub
to Star
over
Wars.
her voice. She was so bad. Anyway, it was good. I liked the movie. It made my top 10, so that's saying a lot, seeing that Natalie Portman was in it.
She's much better in this one than in the previous two Thor movies, where I feel she was kind of underutilized. She wasn't given enough to do.
I'm glad, because I didn't
Well,
really
I don't
like her.
think she was given enough to do or enough story importance in the first two Thor movies, because they kind of didn't use her very effectively. But in this, like, she really shines as an actress.
Yeah,
in
no,
this.
it was good.
She shows she can be funny. She shows she can be tough. She can bulk up, apparently.
She learned how to act.
And because they didn't do that much with that relationship they didn't do anything with that relationship in the third Thor movie, because this is actually number 4.
Been on hold.
And they haven't done much. They didn't even do that much in the first two Thor movies, so they did a great montage at the beginning of this movie that kind of shows, like, their relationship and how they kind of drifted apart, and it worked really
That's
well.
why you don't need to watch the other movies.
You don't need to anyway.
It was great. Anyway, it's really good. I guess we should wrap up now.
Yeah, okay. I give this Thor: Love and Thunder. I give it a best movie ever, and definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't already. Would you recommend people check it out?
Oh yeah, I really liked it.
So let us know what you think of Free Guy or Thor: Love and Thunder down in the comments below, or anything else that we talked about today. We'll sign off now. You can shoot us an email, CanadaMovieTVHosers@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Twitter @CanadaHosers, and you can also follow me on Twitter @St. John's Critic, and I'll put all those up on the screen and in the description down below. Till next time, everyone, take care.
Bye.